Hi, I am Dr. Lee Vickers, author of Bodies of Light and founder of Lightworkers International, and we are here to talk about getting high on light. This is going to be a good one. Now, this is one that, of course, we're all...
Getting high on light. Not life. Light.
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 Light. Getting high on light. So, where we're taking this and what we want you at home to understand is this. Is that you have not ever taken a drug, have not ever had any type of experience that will get you as high as you are going to get on light.
True. True.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Right. So, the highest of the highest of the highest of anything that you have experienced heretofore is just the tip of the iceberg of the amount of pleasure that you at home are going to experience in this video.
Pleasure.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Get ready, right? Now, and I feel like I'm going to be moving over here, so, because talk about, I'm going to move it actually a little further. Tell them about how high this gets you.
Well, it gets you real high. I've had these experiences where I drive a motorcycle, and as I'm driving the motorcycle, I just get this amazing feeling of like tingly feeling, and it's not just me in my body, but it's everything around me, and I can feel the particles of the energy all around me, and it feels like almost orgasmic.
Yes.
It feels so good, you wouldn't believe it unless you experience it. And I had an experience a week ago where I was driving towards this restaurant for lunch, and as I'm waiting in line to eat lunch, I'm just like moving. I'm waiting in line. I'm not listening to music, but I'm like literally singing in my head, and I'm moving, and I had this big smile in my face that you couldn't take it away from me. I was just like this. and there was like a line of people all around me, and you see all of them waiting in the line like this, like
dead.
You know, and that just shows you the energy, the vibration that I was holding compared to them. You know, the light is the life force, like, you know, and these people, they have no light. They were literally dead. They were like.
And what did the guy do that saw you?
And this guy that was in the line behind me, and you know, this is not the first time, but this was a time that it really stood out. And this time, this guy behind me, looked to his friend, and he's like, oh, he's high. Like, he goes like this, as if I was like high on smoking weed. And I wasn't. I was high on light. And I was feeling so good, and these people wouldn't believe it. Even if I said to them, oh, I'm just high on this, they wouldn't believe it. In a million years, if you don't experience this, you wouldn't believe it.
Great. Now, also, because of part of that is that we were talking about, and we're actually going to uncover for you at home, what the different levels of highness are and how you experience them and what numbers they are. And we also have a vibratory chart of enlightenment that you have to look forward to discover that goes everywhere from a -1,000,000 to a positive Googolplex after you've released your dark core and what experiences you're going to have. And we're going to be telling you what different drugs test energetically. So those at home that know how to test, that know yes, 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 no, 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 and know how to do the strong and weak, yes, 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 no, no, no. Yes, yes, yes is smooth. Yes, 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 no, no, no is sticky. Now, we're going to be talking about the different energy levels And we're going to be going, there's a lot of stuff you're going to be learning on getting high. Then we're also, Vitaly, who is author of One Future and One Breath, is going to, after we do Bodies of Light, we're going to be plugging into additional energy with breath work, because the breath is the pump. So after you do Bodies of Light, then you go into breath work. You're going to get as higher than you've ever been ever in multiple lifetimes, and more than you've ever taken any drug ever. And let's, like, especially with psychic abilities and the different highness, what do you want to let them know in the beginning about being high on light?
My name is Cynthia Siegel, and I'm about to become your new favorite psychic. And when I received my abilities, I looked around for something that would be an easy way for people to discover their own abilities. Because if you have chosen to come back in a human body, a casing, then you have a full range of psychic abilities. And why can't you access them? Because your energy is not high enough. And this beautiful vibratory chart of enlightenment, created by all of us and illustrated by Yankiel, will show you the levels that you can go to awaken your psychic skill set, which is within you already.
Right, and that's what we want you to understand, is that you are it. Yes. That it's all about you, that you have never taken a drug that will get as high as what your basic innate energy and light is going to take you. And I'm going to have us go right now, and we're going to have you come in on the frame too, Russell, and we're going to talk about, I want us to talk about sex, okay? And let's talk about what is it like when you have spine-tingling, earth-shattering sex. The down and dirtiest, most wildest, most amazing sex. And so I'm enjoyable, like over the top, and then we're going to explain how that's just the beginning of your enlightenment and your highness that you're going to experience. So I'm going to pass it over.
It's mind-blowing. That's all I can say right now. But it's incredible. It's hard to even fathom how good something can feel and how amazing the experience can be. But we're going to share more of that as we get into the video later.
Right. And one thing about sex, right?
Sex. It just sounds good.
Now your sex, how much better is sex? Because of course you're one of the first groups with which is like you and your girlfriend both don't have a dark core. How much better is sex now that you release your dark core?
Thousands of times better. Oh my God, unbelievable.
Yeah, and so basically sex at the numbering system, if you're lower, would you say it's about 1,000, right? And how high do you think sex is? Your orgasms are now?
Billions, trillions, quadrillions.
Billions and billions and higher, right?
Absolutely.
So sex, how much better does sex get when you don't have a dark core?
It's unbelievable. You can't even, I mean, it's great. We're going to do our best to number it, but it really is hard to put into words. How much better?
We'll show you just in a moment.
Vitaly, let's hear you talk about sex. How much better is sex? And how much higher than high do you get? How much better is your orgasm now that you've released your dark core, after you release your dark core?
Well, before releasing dark core, I was kind of like, I think we also had a conversation, me and you, whilst we were having some wine one of the nights and just talking about different things. And I was wondering, like, how's it gonna feel when you have you and somebody else without dark core and you just having your amazing experience? Or actually, even though let's say a person has a dark core still, but this person is truly trying to do and keep up with the energy and does multiple bodies of light. I'll give you an example. When I'm in a relationship and I have my partner, I make her do bodies of light multiple times. I make her cleanse multiple times and explaining my pleasure is your pleasure and your pleasure is my pleasure. And it's true. And I always say everything should be, you should be functioning 100%. All your organs should be feeling great. So the pleasure, there is no drains for you. And the thing what's happening is two souls with a high energy, they just kind of bounce from each other. It's kind of like you're playing those video games like a ping pong when a ball just bounces from one wall to another one. You just move along up and up and up. This is exactly what happens. And the thing is, you have so much energy and the pleasure just flows. Think of it like you have this big beautiful jug that just actually has this flow of energy flowing through, like in this beautiful flows and rhythms.
And you get high. How
And you
much
just
higher
get high.
is sex when you do bodies
Oh, you
of
get
light?
tons much higher, and you just kind of come to the point that you're just flowing the whole thing, and you just like it's oneness. It's oneness. You feel more, you sense more, you experience more. You have the wild visions while you're having the sex with the person with so much light, and it's just so great. And actually, people. If you don't have a dark core and you're having sex with a person who has dark core, these people are just going crazy because they just feel so much energy. Just like they're just like, okay, we want to come back.
Right. And so that's one of the things I want when we're talking about highness, and we're going to talk about sex. Of course, sex is as old as all life. You know, we have sex. That's how we reproduce. But that sex is better with bodies of light. And what you'll notice is that even after you've released your dark core, and people, what we'll notice, and actually I'm going to pass it over to Yankee. And here's Yankee. So how much better is sex when you do bodies of light and after you release your dark core?
Well, what I experienced is that when I've had sex with some of these people that didn't do bodies of light, I felt my energy being drained because my energy, my light, was healing them. But when I've had intimate relations with other people that have been doing bodies of light and that have been doing the cleansings and are really high on light, it's totally different because they're not draining me. You know, as I am with them, I don't feel being drained and that my energy is healing them. We're actually healing each other. We're actually bringing each other higher, higher, and higher. We become one, and it's extremely pleasurable. It really, really, really is.
Great. And so what we're trying to get everyone to understand here is that, of course, sex is the beginning of your highness. You know, when you're having the orgasm, and I'm going to pass over, here's one of our orgasm experts for women, which is Girl Power, and this is Cynthia Siegel. And when you're having your orgasm, how much better do women orgasm when they're doing a lot of bodies of light?
I'm going to, from what I've heard, of course, because...
No, not what you've heard. You know what it is. You tell us. Be honest. Come on.
Being in the girl body this lifetime, I'm going to put a little limit on the displays. I would just say that there's no reason not to do bodies of light if you truly enjoy the pleasure that the body can bring you. Do bodies of light first. And make sure your partner does, because it just takes it to a new level of feelings, of exploration. But it's, as Vitaly said, it's about both of you together coming higher. And I've been on...
coming higher. Literally, no pun intended.
All right. And I've been on a few dates where I've noticed that, as Yankil said, if my partner has not done bodies of light, I feel drained, which is not a situation I want to be in anymore. Now that we have a choice, now that saying bodies of light in a few minutes can get you high on light so that your body is more receptive to pleasure. And it's all about pleasure.
Yeah, and of course what the big thing we always say with bodies of light is the path into light is full of what? Pleasure. Okay? So, you know, sex is better with bodies of light, and your orgasm, your euphoria that you feel with sex, the highness you feel with sex is much, much, much higher. You know, your average is 1,000. People who are dull and wouldn't find sex not as pleasurable. They find men and women have the act of having sex is more difficult and hard when your vibration is lower, or your partner's vibration is a lot lower. Yes?
Yeah, the other thing, let's say when you have you just meeting someone, let's say for lunch, and you just hang around with this person doesn't do bodies of light, it's one thing. You don't feel as drained maybe, but when you have the same person try and come to you to your private space,
and you touch.
We are essential beings. We open up, our energies open up, our energies flow, energies connect. So when this person's not doing bodies of light, when you emotionally connect or you sexually connect, it's gonna be a little bit more drainful, a little bit more painful. It's gonna be like 1,000. We don't want to have 1,000 for a sex, for the orgasm.
We want a million.
Google.
We want 1 billion. We want higher, right? We want to have 2 people without a dark core and be Googolplexing. But the whole thing is that the path into light is full of pleasure. Sex is better. You're higher when you do bodies of light. And not only, and also, I've had a lot of people, so like that I've had sex with, that let's say they didn't do bodies of light. and they're just high as a kite off of me, my pleasure is good, but it's a little lower if they're not doing bodies of light. But if they are doing bodies of light, even you have your other person, your lover, you have them do one bodies of light, you're doing a lot of bodies of light, you have them do bodies of light, the energy is going to, because see, the sex and the love is about giving energy back and forth. The problem is that if you're giving energy, but then it's going into a black hole, into a drain, it can't reverberate higher. But if the other person does at least one bodies of light, you're doing bodies of light, then you'll notice that sex is better, you get higher, your orgasms are more intense, your pleasure is higher, and that's just the beginning. So now we want to go into some of the traps that people think with drugs and some of the highs. And we're actually going to start with a -1,000,000, okay? And the lowest thing we're going to start with is, and I'm going to...
Show them what we're holding?
No, we're later. We're going to do it. But right now we're going to show other stuff in a bit. But we want to go into the traps, okay? So if you take a drug and you feel good for a little while, but then you feel horrible for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, then that is actually not the correct high. You understand, it's a chemical high, it's a fake high, and the high is coming from you. Understand, all these high feelings are coming from you as a being of light. But if you feel bad for a number of days, it's because whatever that drug or chemical is doing is killing you. And we're going to go with one of the lowest testing ones, which is typically a -1,000,000. And does anyone have any idea what that is?
I felt it.
What? No. What drug is the really, really low one? Heroin. Okay, and I'm going to come over. We're sending it over to Russell. Heroin. So why would heroin, what are people, you ever hear chasing the dragon?
Absolutely.
Right, so what is chasing the dragon with heroin? What do you think that is?
Well, people are looking for something to just bring them up and make them feel something, whatever it is, feeling more than that. And when they do this, and then there's a chemical release in the brain that creates this momentary euphoria, which is what people are chasing, but yet the downside is, like you said, it could be 4, 5, 6 days of just total misery. Suicide Tuesday they call it. When you wake up and you have that hangover and the chemicals are all gone from the brain, and now you're in this deep depression from the brain just being totally tapped out, and that's what the downside is, and that's not
enlightenment. That's not a true
it's as far from enlightenment as you could possibly be.
Right. And so what I want you to understand is this. I want you to understand that these drugs, the negative number drugs, and the way you test a negative number drug, if you were looking at it, you would say negative Google 0, and it gets sticky, and you'd say, how low is it? And you'd go 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, -100, -1,000, -10,000, -100,000. -1,000,000, -1,000,000,000. And heroin is like a -1,000,000. It's totally destructive. It destroys your brain tissue. It destroys your body. And it is not the high that you want. Now, the high that you experience from that is just the high is you. The high is you as a limitless being of light leaving the body as the body is dying. Okay, that is non-optimal. Okay, can we agree that's non-optimal?
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's not, everyone say, the body dying is not optimal.
The body dying is not optimal.
Okay, so that's not not an optimal way to live, and it's also it just doesn't work. And the chasing the dragon, of course, is the highest high is the first time, and as it burns the body out, you get duller and duller and duller until just to feel normal, they're taking the drug. Of course, that is not optimal. That's not a real high, and that is the path into the darkness, and that's what a negative number is. The negative number is a path into pain and suffering. Of course, we're talking about what? The path into the light. Pleasure. Getting high on light, right?
The path into your best life.
The path into your best life, exactly. Now, the next one up from that, which is still really bad, and that would be a -1,000 to a -10,000, and it's a problem in the Western world, probably all over the world now, and it's a chemical that's made, and it's called crystal meth. Does anyone have anything that they want to say about that, or anything? It's made with chemicals, and people feel a high on it. It eats away the body, your teeth fall out, your hair falls out, but the high...
That does not sound like fun.
No, it's not fun. Right? People are trying to feel high, right? These highs are actually a spiritual experience, but these drugs are fake. They're a trap that traps you into the path into pain and suffering and darkness, right? Yeah. Right? And how do you get out of the trap, Russell? Let me pass it over.
Well, there's two ways. First of all is doing bodies of light, and second of all is releasing your dark core, which are really two in the same thing. But the more
not taking the drugs.
And not taking the drugs, of course, too. But the thing was, with light is that the more that you're able to bring the light into your body, the more you create that feeling on your own. Because the chemicals that the drug induced, the chemical feelings are all from the chemicals we already have inside. And so it's just a matter of activating them in the correct way. And that's what brings in the light, and that's what makes us feel that highness that we're looking for in a very healthy and positive way.
Right. Did you want to say something?
Yes. And what people are really getting addicted to is the dark energy. The way to break that addiction to the dark energy is with the light. Because the light washes away the dark energy. Right. So when you do bodies of light and you open up to this light that is within you and all around you, this light is going to wash away this dark energy.
And so what we're moving around here, we're doing like a symposium here, but what we want you to understand is that the highness is within you. These traps that we're starting with, we just want you to know, because we don't want you to fall into the traps, that the high is you as a spiritual, limitless being of light. Now, we're going to come up from that, and we're going to actually go into something that would be more like a 0 to a 10,000, and that would be marijuana. Now, you would say, why isn't marijuana a negative number? And I'm going to tell you something. If it's at the actual plant that's not been mixed with any toxic chemicals and grown without, if marijuana is grown with the proper way, marijuana is an herb that actually, if it was grown correctly and done right, it should be a 10,000. So a lot of people, and you have a lot of people who are sick or low vibration, and actually that's one of the first drugs that they actually experience, wherein they feel higher, but yet they're not getting the negative side effects, except for maybe the munchies, right? So actually it's actually energetically a lot higher than a lot of alcohol. A lot of alcohol is zero and negative. There's a lot of negative alcohols that are toxic, but that marijuana is actually a lot less toxic, and if it's grown correctly, it can be like a 10,000. So, and you want to say anything about that, about how like the higher you are, like if you're really low, marijuana will bring you up. But once you do bodies of light and you're a billion, you don't get the high that you would normally, because the light is already higher than that 10,000. You want to pass it over?
Sure. And well, the body is the one that actually experienced that high. You, as a limitless being of light, the high that you experience when you do bodies of light is a spiritual high that is pure, and it's totally out of this world.
Yeah, and it's way higher. You have never.
It's way higher. It's way higher.
You have never, ever been as high as you're going to get doing bodies of light and on the path into the light. And the cool thing about it is it's free.
Yes.
The light is all around us.
And it's legal.
It's legal.
It's legal in every state all across the globe.
Yeah, you can get high. You're going to get high with us now on light, right? You're going to get high on light. It's natural. It's legal. You don't got to buy it anywhere. It's just about you opening up your energetic field and getting high on the light. That's the plants get, right?
And you can never run out of it.
You can't run out of it. The sun keeps shining. And if the sun stops shining, I think we're all in for a rough time, right? Can you agree? So we want to tell you about more. So also another thing is that peyote is another one that they've used, the Indians have used for probably thousands of years. And that was another thing people did. It's a dreamlike state. People experience it. And if you look at it and test the peyote, a lot of those test around 1,000. So a lot of these people, that actually chemical, it's actually a higher number, right? And then I also want to go into another one that actually tests quite high, that is a chemical way that a lot of South Americans and tribal groups, and that's called ayahuasca. And that typically, what we've seen in testing is around 1 million. Now, one of the things people have with ayahuasca that's typically said is what? Do you know? Have you heard what happens to people? Visions. They have visions, but what's one of the first things that happens? They do what?
Astral travel.
They throw up. They throw up. They throw up. They have diarrhea. Okay, so now this is very similar.
That doesn't sound like fun either.
I know it's not. I know, but I will tell you that people who do a lot of bodies of light, that you will have, a lot of people have a lot of diarrhea, and because as you raise your vibration, it naturally starts pushing the lower vibrational stuff out of the body. The toxic energy. And that's one of the things with ayahuasca that they've done chemically, is people have taken this herb and it's a cleanse, but people throw up, they get sick, but then they have these visions. Have you heard about that? Absolutely. Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. I haven't actually taken it, but I've heard about what people go through. And the thing is that that's actually energetically, when you test it, is a positive number. So there's a lot of people who've had spiritual experiences or gotten started on their spiritual path, or the path into light, because they've done one of these things, and then they realize what did they realize? They've realized that
we're all
it's
connected.
you, right?
That we're all connected. And I was going to say that I haven't actually had the experience, but I do know somebody that had a very powerful experience with ayahuasca, and they were actually able to see the DNA chain and see where things were correctly aligned and where things were actually misaligned that was causing problems in the bodies. And they were actually, during the experience, this gentleman was sharing with me how he was able to actually go in and physically make these changes during this experience. And when he was done, he was actually healed, whatever it was. I don't remember exactly what it was that was bothering him. But when he was done, he actually healed it. And so these are just some of the things that we become aware of when we open up to that. And through the ayahuasca is one of those things.
And one of the things we want you to know, and probably go up there, you want to go up and keep up. One of the things that we want you to know is this, is that we want you to know that now we've gone through some of the drugs out there. Actually, I want to say another one. I didn't want to talk much about the cocaine, but the coca leaf, the way they processed it in the United States, that people have got it, is it's really toxic, really deadly. It's like a -1,000,000 for a lot of people. But if you actually took the leaf would have been a positive number, maybe a positive 100, a mildly positive stimulant in the non-processed form. The problem is that people process it and make it really toxic for people. So that's another one that's not good, not recommended. But I do want to explain also, so ayahuasca has been one way that people have had a lot of these spiritual experiences. But those numbers where we talk about ayahuasca at 1,000,000 is not even as high as you can get on light doing bodies of light. Bodies of light will typically get you to 1,000,000,000 trillion. Just right now doing it with us, you're going to be feeling the energy at 1,000,000,000 trillion.
Before you even release your dark core.
Right, before you release your dark core. Right now with us, you're going to be higher than someone taking ayahuasca. But yet it's the light all around us, and I think we should go into that. I can go into our hands. We'll quickly explain how. You want to hold this so that I can do that? Hold point towards me.
Yes.
So you have, come in so we can see it. We have the heart. If you squeeze here and there's any pain right here in the hand, that is, I need to really have it to where it's like there. So if you have any pain,
it's picking you up.
that's the heart point. So if there's any pain here, that's low heart chi.
So you want to be testing at home.
You squeeze it at home, okay? Here is your stomach chi.
We're on the left hand.
It's on the left hand. If you have any pain on this middle part of the left hand, that's stomach. That's basically stomach.
Turn your hand the other way.
Stomach, low energy, vibration. We have the right thumb, which is pancreas. If you have sugar problems and you're eating too much sugar, it'll be painful on the right thumb. And then right here for liver, which is the right hand in the web. If you squeeze in here and there's any pain here, then that indicates low liver gallbladder chi. So, we're going to, so you can check those at home. On the main video, we do that, so I'm kind of going through that quickly. But right now, what I'm trying to say is just doing bodies of light with us right now, you're going to get higher than doing ayahuasca. And that's with the light all around us. So get ready, get comfortable. We're going to kind of relax back a little bit because we want to really go into the nature. Everyone relax back. And I want us to go, and then you can kind of come in quickly, close to us, but move around to all of us as we're doing it. We're going to do bodies of light, but we want you to do it in a very relaxatory way. So when you're getting high on light, you want to really relax and be at peace and just kind of very zen and just let the energy in, okay? Our goal, this video, is getting high on light. You want to get high? We're going to give it to you. You're getting high on light today, okay? So get really zen, relax. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue in through your mouth. Really, really get peaceful. Really peaceful. In through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue in through your mouth. Put the tongue on the roof. And I want you to really just get peaceful. Because, see, the beginning of getting high, the beginning of all self-improvement is just letting go. Letting the light in. Letting yourself open up to the infinite expression of consciousness flowing through you.
And there's nobody watching you, so you can be doing this with us.
Yeah, so you're at home, get comfortable. You have your little video, or you're looking on your computer or your iPhone or whatever. Just lay back and get comfortable. And you're going to say this with us. I am the temple of God.
I am the temple of God.
The light of God dwells within me.
The light of God dwells within me.
Each of my 8 bodies
My 8 bodies
contains zillions of intelligences.
contain zillions of intelligences,
Here and now,
here and now,
directly connected to the light of God.
directly connected to the light of God. Say it with us. Say it out loud.
Yeah, make sure and say it. I direct every aspect
I direct every aspect
of my 8
of
bodies
my 8 bodies
to turn upwards
turn upwards
to the eternal light of God.
to the eternal light of God.
All of my 8 chakras
All of my 8 chakras
and bodies of being
and bodies of being
are now fully open
are now fully open
to the light of God.
to the light of God.
I am at one with God.
I am at one with God.
My spirit is awake
My spirit is awake
and fully open to God.
and fully open to God.
My spirit receives
My spirit receives
all divine communication from God.
all divine communication from God.
God's pure light
God's pure light
shines upon every aspect
shines upon every aspect
of my etheric body.
of my etheric body.
Thank you, God,
Thank you, God,
for your bells of levitating power,
for your bells of levitating power,
raising me upwards toward the heavens,
raising me upwards toward the heavens,
and the infinitely powerful
and the infinitely powerful
blue shield of electromagnetic insulation,
electromagnetic insulation,
which allows only the light of God within.
which allows the light of God within.
My etheric body
My etheric body
expresses perfect and appropriate
expresses perfect and appropriate
feelings and emotions.
feelings and emotions.
God's pure light
God's pure light
shines upon every aspect
shines upon every aspect
of my astral body.
of my astral body.
Be awake and alert,
Be awake and alert.
my astral body.
My astral body.
Thank you, God,
Thank you, God,
for easy and relaxed
for easy and relaxed
astral travel,
astral travel,
perfect control,
perfect control,
and spiritual peace.
and spiritual peace.
God's pure light
God's pure light
shines upon every aspect
shines upon every aspect
of my mental body.
of my mental body.
Thank you, God,
Thank you, God,
for accurate memory,
for accurate memory,
appropriate intelligence,
appropriate intelligence,
proper revelation,
proper revelation,
and divine timing
divine timing,
of righteous decisions.
righteous decisions.
God's pure light
God's pure light
shines upon every aspect
shines upon every aspect
of my physical body.
of my physical body.
This light shines from above down and inside out
Inside out,
through every cell,
through every cell,
traveling from my brain
from my brain,
through my forehead and throat,
through my forehead and throat,
permeating all cells of my heart,
permeating all cells of my heart,
following every part
following every part
of my digestive system,
of my digestive system,
including my stomach,
including my stomach,
liver, and intestines, flowing from my cranium
flowing from my cranium,
through my spine to the sacral base,
sacral base,
creating divine stability
creating divine stability,
through my arms and hands,
arms and hands,
legs and feet.
legs and feet.
I direct the light
I direct the light
to charge
charge
my entire nervous system
my entire nervous system
and shine through every blood cell, creating perfect homeostasis. All cells composing my physical body through God inside are in a perfect and divine balance. I thank you, God, for keeping me at all times in perfect health. God's pure light shines upon every part of every atom within me. God's pure light shines upon the outermost band of all atoms within me, vitalizing and energizing the band to perfect spin and balance. Thank you, God, for divine energy. God's pure light shines upon the middle rings of all atoms within me, vitalizing and energizing the rings to perfect spin and balance. Thank you for healing all inherited factors, and also for the many genetic blessings of my ancestors. Thank you for healing all past life karmic patterns. God's pure light shines upon the innermost band of all atoms within me, vitalizing and energizing the band to perfect spin and balance. Thank you for healing all traumatic occlusions over my entire existence. God's pure intelligence exists within every core of every atom within me. It is that intelligence which is the nothingness that creates the somethingness of my existence. Thank you for creating the somethingness from the nothingness. May the light of God enter and stimulate every outer band, middle rings, inner band, and core within me. May the light of God enter every core of every atom within, igniting them in succession, transforming each atom into an atomic sun, together forming the universal light of God within me. Thank you for shining God's pure light into all 8 of my bodies, igniting them in succession, and connecting me fully and wholly to the divine light of creation of this and every other universe. Now breathe. The breath is the pump. Now this is let in the highness. In through your nose, out through your mouth, with your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Just like you're taking a puff on a marijuana, whatever. Like, just let the energy in. In through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue through your mouth. Like you're breathing it in. All that chi, all that energy, all that highness, all that creative vibration, all that consciousness. Tongue through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just breathe it in. See, the energy is all around you. It's there. This chi is there. It's about letting it in. Okay, now we're doing the cue. I direct the light of God.
I direct the light of God.
1 zillion times 1 zillion into every core of every atom within me. Breathe. Come on, just like you're like smoking on something. Just breathe it in. But put the tongue roof of your mouth. Just feel like you're breathing in that energy right into your lungs, going into your head and your body and your legs. In through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue roof of your mouth. Feel the tingle. Put that tongue roof of your mouth. See, I feel a tingle going through my body and going down. It's high on light. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue roof of your mouth. Breathe. Keep that tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just feel the tingle, the vibration. I direct the light of God.
I direct the light of God.
1 septillion.
1 septillion.
Times 1 septillion.
Times 1 septillion.
Into every core of every atom within me. Breathe it in. Are you far? Are you coming in tight? How are you doing it? Yeah, come in tight with me breathing right now. I just really want you to feel it. Tongue roof your mouth. Really, really feel it. The breath is the pump. That's where the consciousness, that's where the energy is flowing in. You're tight right here. Really, I want you to feel it. I want you to feel this. I direct the light of God.
I direct the light of God.
1 Google. Times 1 Google. Into every core of every atom within me. Breathe. Come on, put that tongue to the roof. Breathe in. That's the chi. Just let it in. That's the highness. That's the energy. Tongue to the roof. Breathe in. Keep that tongue on the roof. Really let it in. Just let the energy in. You're getting high on light as we speak. I direct the light of God.
I direct the light of God.
1 Googolplex.
1 Googolplex.
Times 1 Googolplex.
Times 1 Googolplex.
Times 1
Times 1
Googolplex.
Googolplex.
Into every core
Into every core
of every atom
of every atom
within me.
in me.
Breathe. Really let it in. Just breathe. Come on, just let it in. Just like you're smoking the air, all the chi around you, you're letting it in, getting you high. Really look at Yankee over there. He's really breathing good. Look at how he's bringing it in. Just letting that chi, letting that energy in. Just feel it coming into your being. Now we're going to do another one that will get you even higher. I direct the light of God.
I direct the light of God.
1 Googolplex.
1 Googolplex.
Times the power of Googolplex. Times the power of Googolplex. Times the power of Googolplex. Into every core of every atom within me. Breathe. Come on, the breath is a pump. Suck that in. Suck that chi in. Let it get you high. Let the energy get you high. Keep that tongue on the roof. Breathe. Okay, I feel the tingle. Just let it in. Igniting each atom in succession.
Igniting each atom in succession.
Transforming each atom
Transforming each atom
into an atomic sun.
into an atomic sun.
Together forming
Together forming
the universal light of God
the universal light of God
within me.
within me.
Breathe. Breathe. Now, all this energy that you're bringing in, you're able to channel. We're going to channel it into some things, okay? Let's start by best life. I direct the light of God.
I
When Googolplex times the power of 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 Googolplex into my best life. Breathe. Just feel those tingles coming from you, letting it going and changing everything around to your best life. Just feel this high as you're using this high to actually change your life for the better. To attract your best life and repel your worst life. Breathe. I direct the light of God. When Googolplex times the power of Googolplex times the power of Googolplex times the power of Googolplex into my heart. Breathe the chi in your heart. Let it heal your relationships, heal your heart. Let that heart vibration go out. Breathe in and out, tongue to the roof of your mouth. Let that energy heal all relationships. Let that heart vibration raise everything, that love emanating from your heart, go all around you, changing everything around you and rising into higher and better form. I direct the light of God.
I direct the light of God.
When Googolplex times the power of Googolplex times the power of Googolplex times the power of Googolplex into my liver. This is cleansing you. Let it cleanse your liver and your blood. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue in through your mouth. No, this is the real energy. This is the divine energy, the consciousness flowing through you, healing your body, healing your life. Breathe it in. Let this highness change everything about you and raise your vibration. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue through your mouth. I direct the light of God. When Googolplex times the power of 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 Googolplex into my stomach. Breathe. Just let yourself breathe. Let your stomach chi open up. Let your stomach heal. Let your digestion and everything about your digestive system and intestines start working better. The motility of your intestines, every part of you, that's so pleasurable. So pleasurable for your stomach to digest and your intestines to poop. It's a big pleasure. That high feeling of all that area working better. Breathe. Always tongue the roof of your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue the roof of your mouth. I direct the light of God.
I direct the light of God.
When Googolplex times the power of Googolplex times the power of Googolplex times the power of Googolplex into my pancreas. Let the energy flow. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue through your mouth. Breathe. The breath is the pump into your pancreas. Your body's ability to absorb sugar. The cells to be able to absorb sugar with insulin and work properly. The relaxed nature of being fully satisfied, chemically balanced. We're also going to put this into getting high on light. And we're going to do it now. I direct the light of God.
I direct the light of God.
One Googolplex.
One Googolplex.
Times the power of Googolplex. Times the power of Googolplex. Times the power of Googolplex. Times the power of Googolplex. Into getting high on light. Breathe. We'll do 9 breaths. 3, keep going. 4, come tongue the roof. 5, 6, 7, 8. And actually, you're gonna have to stay with us because you're gonna get the vibratory chart of enlightenment near the end, because we're so high on light already. And just so you know, most of you are 1 billion and higher. You're already higher than any drug or chemical can take you. And now we're going to take you even higher, and we're going to have Vitaly with one future and one breath continue this, and he's going to keep breathing. I want you to keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue through your mouth. And we're just going to keep laying like this, keep going and looking at all us as we're doing it. He's going to keep going. Just keep it near your mouth so you're loud.
So as we continue, we keep on doing the same breath work, and we just inhale with the nose, exhale with the mouth, tongue roof to the top of your mouth at all times. And what we're gonna do right now, just as you breathe in with your nose, try to count till 4. So as you breathe in, just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and the same goes on exhale. As you exhale, you count to 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's okay for you to have your own pace. If you want to have a little slower, a little faster, we all have a different lung capacity, so it's totally okay. Just breath at the palm. Yes. From the first breath, when all the kids were born, when you were born, we took your first breath and you screamed, to your last breath. And breath in the palm. The more you're breathing, the more you plug it into the energy, the more energy you have to flow through you to your best life. Whatever you do right now, whatever you do in your life, whatever it's relationships, whatever it's your wealth, your family, your health, your job, your whatever that can be, just keep on breathing. So keep on breathing at the same time with the breath. Inhale with your nose, exhale with your mouth, tongue on the rooftop of your mouth at all times. Count to 4 on the inhale, count to 4 on the exhale.
We're 4 breaths out, 4 breaths in. Just keep going. We're going a little faster than what we're doing.
Okay, so we gotta do a little faster.
4 breaths in.
So now we're gonna do 4 times in, 4 times out. So you do like this. Breath is a pump. Right now we're connected to your higher self. You plug it into universal light. You plug it into universal knowledge. You bring in everything you want to bring in. And I'll give you a little teaser. In the end, normally you will have like a vision for your divine future. That's why it's called One Future, One Breath. So just plug in. I want you to just breathe in. And I'm really hoping you're going to have divine vision. And in the end, just email me your thoughts.
The highest of the high in life.
Highest of the highest. Get into the height, to the height, to the height. So 4 times in, 4 times out. Tongue, rooftop, and top of the mouse the whole time. As we're breathing like this, we're gonna go to the locks, the finger locks, which actually connect your organ system. The first one is gonna be your index finger and the thumb, which is your heart system. So, Russell, just zoom in right here, please. So we can see this is your heart. This is the first system. We gotta get it to 100%. This is the fast course right now, but we're still gonna get it. So, as holding your fingers, both hands. I cannot hold my second hand. Just both hands like this. Connect your index and the thumb. So let's do the breath on that. This is what healing your heart, Open up this heart chakra that helps you to unite with the world, that helps you to unite with the world, be more loving, more connecting. As we move along, we connect to the next finger, the next block, which is going to be your thumb, and it's going to be the middle finger, which is going to be your stomach and the lower intestinal. So it's a whole bigger system. So if it was painful in your hand before, this is the healing moment right now for your organ system. Keep on breathing. As you can see, everybody's doing, Dr. Lee's doing, Cynthia's doing, Yankel's doing, people in the back is doing, Russell's doing. Connect your fingers. We're healing your locks. As you breathe, and you probably feel like a tingle on your lower abdominal, and also like a mid-size abdominal, which is going to be your stomach. So just heal this part. Heal the part of yourself. Let's go fastly to the next one, which is going to be your ring finger or your thumb finger, and this is your pancreas, liver, gallbladder. This is the whole another system that actually helps you to detoxify, that helps to bring your energy to this area and raise your chi of your liver, which is really, really important for you. So keep on breathing the same way, 4 times in, 4 times out. Tongue and the rooftop of your mouth at all times. Inhale with the nose and exhale with your mouth. As everybody breathing and inhale and exhale, connecting those fingers. Some of you might have a cramps, which actually feel like a little you feel like it's a little tension in some of, like, let's say in your joints or in your finger, in your face, on the cheeks, on the forehead. This is all normal. It means that your body just adjusting to the new states of being. It means that your body basically needs parasite minerals. That's why it creates that it's not enough minerals to hold on to the charge. It's a whole new state of being right now. As you cough, as you start to feel like different kind of tingles, and as your face getting numb right now, this is a whole new state of being, of your new energy, and you'll get used to it. As you get higher, you're getting higher in light, and you get used to it, and it's like you're reaching your roof, and you're going higher, and you're going higher, and you're going higher. Just keep it up. It's really healing for you right now. As we breathe in, 4 times in, 4 times out, tongue on the rooftop of your mouth at all times. We're gonna move along to the next one. The next one is going to be a sexual organs. For the guys, it's gonna be prostate. For the ladies, it's gonna be ovaries area, the whole new areas. As you're healing, you probably can see a lot of people start to do more intensely. This is the area you want to keep up high all the times, because it actually connects to really a lot of aspects of our life. So just breathing 4 times in, 4 times out. Everybody's here already high as a kite, so we're gonna move along, and this is the crash course, of course, for experience the whole course. You gotta come to the class every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, and you're gonna experience the whole thing with 100% to your healing of all your organ system, guided by me and supervised by me. Actually, I'll help you to interpret your divine vision. I'm trying to talk my fast, getting numb from the states you just raised them up. So if you experience the same, I'm really, really happy for you. This is a whole new way of being for you. Okay. Let's move along to the next one. The next one is gonna be kind of like a doggy pants. So as you see, like a dog runs, you just hands relax, no more finger locks, and right now you just using your mouth at all times. You just relax, no connection with your tongue, just kind of like this. You can almost stick out your tongue, kind of like when like dog runs and just try to settle down and just breathe in the way. Everybody probably seeing dog just trying to calm down. This is the same way you're breathing, and this is the way where you're breathing when you start to see your dog pant. Yes, just breathing, and as you probably will see some visions. It might be anything you're meant to see right now, you will see. And if you have any questions, always welcome to contact me on VitaliAwkward.com. Send me an email. I'll help you to interpret.
Here,
Yes.
do it now.
Tap into your one future right now as you breathe in. So continue doggy path.
Dog pen. Keep breathing. In and out. Let the chi in. Let the high in. Keep it up.
Just keep it up. Just keep it up. Just keep it up. Just keep it up. Just keep it up. Don't mind the numbness. Don't mind your shutting off. Don't mind you have those little cramps. Don't mind you have those tingles everywhere. Don't mind your face getting numb. It's all good.
Get a doggy so you can see how it's done.
Yes, get it doggy. This is our little Buddha.
Keep it up. Keep pen. Look at him. He knows how to do it. Look at little G here. See that dog pen? Close up on G. See the pen?
And G stands for God, and the opposite.
Dog spelled backwards. God.
Dog spelled backwards is God. He's our little God.
Little G. Here we go. Keep going. Keep pen. Look how it's done. He'll show you. Little G will show you.
And feel the energy of the dog being on the lap of Dr. Lee's. The G's energy right now is at 10 million at the moment. So
Keep panting at home.
there we go. We all have a capacity going higher. If this little puppy can go to the 10 million,
You can do it.
you can do it. You can do it.
Keep panting. In and out. Dog pant.
He wants to go to me. I'm his daddy.
He's your other dad. I'll keep it going. You do it. We'll trade. Keep panting. Come on. Keep it up. Keep panting at home. Keep going. In and out. In and out. Keep panting. This is the chi. Let it in. Get high. Dog pant. Breathe. Keep pen, keep the dog pant, keep it going. Just like the little G. Show him how it's done, look. Keep that breath, keep breathing, get high on light. The light's there, ready to come in. Keep breathing, breathe, you breathe. At home, keep it up. Keep breathing in here, in the room, keep breathing. Keep breathing. Now you're gonna go now, just let it go, a little relax, keep breathing. Deep breaths. In and out of your mouth. Keep breathing. Stay high. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Let yourself just be there. See any visions that you need to see. You're getting high on this energy. It's taking you wherever you need to go. Just let yourself see any visions you need to see. Anything that's for you. Keep breathing, just relaxed.
Wow.
Keep breathing, relaxed breaths. Let yourself see visions, whatever you're meant to see at home. You may have your eyes closed, just relaxing, just breathing. Just let yourself keep breathing.
Anything that is meant to come will come through. Just relax. Trust your higher self.
Feel the tingly. Feel the energy. Feel the highness. Just a relaxed breath. You can breathe normal now. You can put the tongue under your mouth. And just put the tongue under your mouth now and breathe normal, but just normal breaths, and let yourself see any visions you're meant to see. Many of you with your eyes closed, just relaxing and seeing whatever you need to see.
And I like to say that
No, we're not done. Just relax. Keep relaxing. Just let everyone relax for a bit. You're 30% relaxing, just another 70%. Keep breathing and relaxing. Any visions? Whatever you need to see. We can slowly come out of it. We're about to get into some wild stuff here. So now, and we also, in a second, we're going to all be talking in a second. So now we had the vibratory chart of enlightenment. We're going to be doing a second, so you need to stay with this because it's going to get really good. I just had a vision while we were doing it, and I just saw millions of people learning how to get high on light. No more taking deadly drugs. No more suffering. but actually, you know, maybe even having some amazing music, some trance music, some excitatory and relaxatory, and millions of people realizing, and we need to get some music guiding people on these paths into getting high in light. And I saw a vision of millions of people realizing how to do this and realizing that your high comes from you, that you're a limitless being of light, and that there is no greater feeling and experience in euphoria than what you are. And that people sometimes had to suffer to realize that. And there's millions of people who've gone through Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, who took the wrong path into the darkness and took drugs that were negative numbers. Of course, you know, we found some that were positive, but those negative numbers are a path into darkness, and that if you feel sick for 5 or 6 days after you take something, that's a path into the darkness, and that the high that you experienced was you. The high was you as a limitless being of light, and that you can get high on light yourself, and it's all around you. You got to breathe it in, Dubai's the light, and learn how to do it, you know?
That's a very important realization, what you were just saying, about that the drugs are allowing you to experience you, which you can actually experience without the drugs. Try it.
Yeah, and I also want to bring, there was an old story I heard, I don't know if it's real, but I heard a story that there was these monks in Tibet, and these monks, someone took a bunch of party drugs over there towards them, and they tried them, and the monks were like, yeah, this isn't that great. Why? Because they were getting much higher on light. They were getting much higher on chanting. They were getting much higher on letting the nature of the universe of consciousness flow through them. And I had an amazing vision. And I want to, if any of us had visions, I want to pass around what other visions people have had. This is we're tripping on light, yo, right? So here, I'm going to pass it over. Any visions you guys had while we're doing it?
I think me and Lee had something really similar. I had this beautiful vision of also, like, there was like big festival, also like a carnival, and I've seen lots of people, and I've seen people with different confessions, and I've seen this beautiful like big dragon that people were, I don't know, like carrying around, like in Chinese festival, or you can see in Eastern cultures. There was a big white lotus. I've seen it was like also like some kind of birds. I was like maybe an owl. There was like multiple religions were just walking there celebrating, lots of flowers, lots of kind of like sparkles, and then closer to the night, all these different people with different religions were just peacefully walking to this beautiful temple. I could almost hear those like a wild, maybe it's like, I don't know where it is, but it's so beautiful, maybe like in Thailand or something. The only thing that comes to my mind, you can hear like a parrots, you can see like wildlife around you, and all these people just sitting down, just mixing up music. I could hear like Arabic language, you can hear like a Chinese, you could hear like English, and everybody were chanting in their own language, and everybody just sitting there peacefully and like doing their own thing. They were like also like doing like, I don't know, like bodies of light or something in their own languages, and they were doing their own thing, like meditating. And seeing lots of women walking around in these beautiful dresses, all dressed up like, it was so beautiful. It's like Brazilian carnival mixed with Indian festivals. Wow. With all these different religions. And
that's We Are One World.
That's
the We Are One World event.
People, like a lot of Hindu, a lot of Muslims there, a lot of Christians, they just walking around, they just have so much understanding to each other and just like loving each other.
We need investors for that.
This is so beautiful.
You're seeing possible futures.
And this is
we need millions. We need some investors to help us bring that We Are One World to
we cannot do it without you. I mean, if you really willing to help the world, if you really like willing to be on the same page, and you are having this similar or like the same vision, because a lot of us we will do have the same vision as we hold on the vibration of race and vibration of earth, and this is the one future. This is the only way. This is the only way when we are all coming together as one.
Change the world for the better.
The light will
has to bring us together.
And it does, but it has to be more loud. It has to be like more broadcast. It has to be more of understanding of mass people, understanding that we're all the same. No matter what is your confession, no matter what is your religion, no matter what kind of words you use. We're all one future.
One world.
This is so beautiful.
We are one world. Say it at home.
We are one world.
We are one world.
We are one world.
We are one world.
Yes.
please help us to bring this out. We really need the help, and we won't be able to do it without. I mean, we only can do it as far as we can
Did you have a
do.
vision too?
I'm sure.
I did.
There we go. Pass it on to you.
So for those of you who don't know me at home, my name is Yankio Montpellier, and I am a high vibrational artist. And it was very interesting because in this experience, I had a vision of my art as high vibrational. Now, because my energy is so high when I'm doing my paintings, my energy flows into my paintings. And I saw a vision of me inspiring many other artists out there to create high vibrational art as well. Beautiful. And that it was so, it was I saw like an art exposition where you know, Lee, we have gone to art galleries where we have tested the energy of certain paintings that costed like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and the energy is so low. And these high vibrational paintings that I'm doing, the energy is so high, billions and trillions and Google of vibration of high of energy.
Your paintings are going to change the world.
And I want to do that. I want the paintings to inspire you to follow your path into a light.
And I want to say something with this guy too, just like on his vision, is that his art, you've known, everyone that knows how to test at home, and they go, yes, 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 no, 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 yes, 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 no, no, no. And in history class, if you know anything about art, how many famous artists has this guy been? And I'm going to test what I know. 0, 1, 2, 3 for me. But this guy is on the tops of world famous churches and the one of the most famous. He is a reincarnated artist that is one of the great masters and one of the most greatest gifts for mankind, and has been that way. We can't say who it is because it doesn't matter who you were, it matters what you are. And this master is coming here to bring his art and his sculpture to a new world and to help that world raise its vibration. And you know, for those of you art investors out there, you're going to want to invest in this guy because this stuff's going to go up 1,000-fold. So you better buy his stuff now while it's, you know, only 50,000 before it's like, you know, 500 million or what. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that it's wild, and it isn't all about the money, but it's about what effects you do have on yourself, your family, your community, your country, and the world at large. And I know this guy's going to be doing amazing stuff. So
yeah, that was the vision that I was having, where we will go into like an art walk, and everybody was creating high vibrational art because of this artwork that I did before. Like everybody was doing bodies of light and then doing what inspired them, creating music that is high vibrational, writing and poetry and sculptures and all kinds of art. And it's beautiful. It's really nice. Did you see, you had any vision, Miss Cynthia?
Oh, yeah.
let me pass it over, and of course here's Cynthia Siegel. She has like visions by the minute. You just have to listen to her because she's always automatic talking. It's like really beautiful. But here she is.
So I mentioned earlier that I'm a psychic, and what I didn't mention is that I'm also a healer. So my visions tend to be about how the planet will be healing itself. And I saw these beautiful large green diamonds that everyone was bringing into their body. Can you get us all in the frame? That people were being taught how to bring into their body. And I saw a new kind of doctor, which exists already on the planet, where you would go to the doctor and the doctor scans you and then creates a ball of light that he puts into your hand. Whoa. That immediately goes into your body and heals you. So this was based, I saw all kinds of different colored diamonds and crystals and gems that were being used for this. And another vision I had was of the Middle East, where everyone was holding up their hands and feeling their hearts open as they said bodies of light.
Yes!
And the beauty of
wanna
this
do
vision was that all peoples were coming together. Because once everyone is saying bodies of light, we're all having similar visions. We're all seeing all of humanity coming together as one, which it is. And as you go higher, and as you release the limitations and the judgments and come from your soul and from your heart, you can't help but love everything. And that's how we create the union of everything. Yeah. And the last one that I had, which I think was the best, was everyone saying bodies of light tentatively, trying it out, in addition to everything that they're doing already. So I saw people doing it in addition to meditating, and in addition to yoga, and in addition to world travel, and in addition to climbing mountains. And then out of them was coming all different forces of creativity. So as you know, you've had, as Dr. Lee says, thousands of lifetimes over millions of years. And imagine when you open to all the things that you've created, what benefit you can be to our planet now. Please, open to who you really are.
Great. And of course, see, these visions, getting high on light is your birthright as a being of light. And
Yay.
we're here to encourage you to shine brilliantly, to just make the world a brighter place through you, and that it's your vibration that changes everything around you. It's your vibration that makes the world a brighter place. It's the light evolves all things to higher and better form. So as you bring it in, not only do you get high, not only is the path into the light full of pleasure, not only does it heal your organs, because those points on your hand, you can check them. You know, the heart is healing, the right here, the stomach, if you check here, or right here is the pancreas or the liver. If you squeeze those same spots, if the pain's going away, it's healing. And if you're not already doing bodies of light 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times a day, we challenge you to do the 30-day challenge, to go to bodiesoflight.net for free, to go to bodiesoflight.net, to actually put your email in and get the universal edition for free, and do it every day, a few times a day for the next 30 days, and not see that your entire life changes for the better, that you feel better, you have more energy, you're healthier, you're wealthier, that you repel things that are bad for you, attract things that are good for you, that it is the creative nature that's within the light that can guide you and that will change everything. And that's where we're going to go right now, because this is a vibratory chart of enlightenment. I'm going to bring it up actually right here. We all have one. That's yours. And we're going to be talking about this. And if you can see this, we're actually going to be starting at the bottom. And ultimately, we're all on the path into the light. Okay? Some people's path into the light, is that good right there? Some people's path into the light, though, is not going towards the light. It's actually a path into the darkness. And we're going to talk about that at the bottom, and then we're going to come up, which is the negative number, then we're going to come up to a 0, and then we're going to start talking about the higher. So right now, we're about to go into the negative regions, which are right here. And you're going to find out about that, okay? And then we're going to be explaining 0 to 10, what that is. So stay tuned, because this is a very important chart, which is basically your path into the light. It is a vibratory chart of enlightenment. And it is showing your path into the light. And this is part of the League of Lightworkers International. It's to make it easy. So, because everyone's like, oh, I'm enlightened. Even the people even Hitler, that was a negative million, and we'll start with him. Okay. Hitler was a negative million. Was he creative or destructive? Destructive, okay? Things that are more destructive than creative is like a black hole. Its destruction is death. It's a death vibration. And that, of course, is a negative number. So if people are getting killed and things are being destroyed, what is that a path into? Darkness. Okay, very simple, very simple. On this vibratory chart of enlightenment, a negative million is actively destroying the planet and all life on Earth. Okay? So actually, and probably Fukushima would probably be negative billion, trillion, septillion, probably negative septillion, even worse than that. So like the Fukushima disaster, all the radiation that's killing everything over there, that would be considered actually even worse. I didn't know I was going to talk about that, but that's a negative septillion. So anything that's destroying more than it's creating is a negative number. Hitler would be like a negative million. He created a lot of things during World War II that killed many, many people. Of course, we agree that things that kill everything off or destroy the environment is a negative number, okay? Now, as we come up the vibratory chart of enlightenment, we come up to a negative 10,000. Now, the way you test these negative, let's say or whether it be an activity or a person, and now everyone is telling you that they're to enlighten you, but not all of them are, okay? So, let's say, what's that guy that made everyone drink the Kool-Aid and then they all passed away? So if you looked at some guru or, no, I don't know, whoever it was, someone, who? Yeah, Jones or whatever. So like if you looked at someone's head, and of course everyone says, oh, we're here to enlighten you, right? But if you test, those who know how to test, you may have to see this in other videos, yes, 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 no, 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 yes is smooth, no is sticky. You look around their head and you go, you know, what number are they? And you go negative Google 0, it's a 0. It's either a 0 or lower. And you go, how low is it? And you go 1, 0, negative 1 to 9, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. A negative 10,000 would be killing themselves and actively killing those around them. So that Jim Jones guy who made everyone drink Kool-Aid would be like a negative 10,000. So ultimately, you would not want to follow someone who was saying he wanted to enlighten you. And also the nature, I want you to understand the nature of darkness is to separate. So a lot of things that are actually going the wrong direction will try to separate you. They'll try to put walls around you, separate you from your family, separate you from they shunning. You know, they say you can't do anything but only this. So you understand that the nature of darkness is this separation. Then yes?
I also wanted to say that marketing in this day and age has a way of showing you someone, perhaps a guru or a teacher or a lecturer, that appears through marketing to be the place that you need to go. But when you look around their head and test their energy, there's a lot of them that are negative. So that's not the path you want to go to. Don't trust the marketing materials. Test for yourself what is right for you.
Right. And so the whole thing is we want you to bring your vibration up. We want you to learn testing. And part of getting high on light is understanding where you are at any given moment. Okay? So, and where other people are. But if someone's a negative 10,000, they're actively killing themselves and anyone else. Now the next one, yes?
I was thinking of the picture of we saw a gentleman on a poster, a billboard actually, advertising a center where you could come and learn meditation and other arts.
Yeah, we saw, we were on like a subway thing and we saw it at a place, yeah.
And he was, what was his
He
name?
was a negative million.
A negative million.
Yeah, wasn't very high.
Into the darkness.
But what was so funny is that he had this beautiful rainbow and light coming out of him on the picture. But like I said, everyone says they're there for enlightenment, but also you got to find the right teacher. In that one teacher may be good for someone else, but not good for you. So it could also be, you can ask, what is this person for me? And maybe this teacher is a 1,000 for you, and this one is a negative 2, and he may not even be a negative person. It's just he's not the right teacher for you. You know, there's many teachers to help on your path into the light, but the key is to do the ones that are higher vibration. When you test them, like you may need to go to other videos to go into testing, but where you want it to be above a 10, because 10 is the neutral zone. Now we're going to be explaining the vibratory chart of enlightenment here. And we're going to go up. The next one is a negative 100. A negative 100 is self-destruction, suffering, sickness, and death. So that would be a person that's really hurting themselves a lot. They typically aren't powerful enough to hurt too many other people, but that's a negative 100. We want to quickly move you up into the positive realm of the vibratory chart. The next one is a negative 10, which is utterly miserable and no hope whatsoever. So those people tend to be like Debbie Downers or Doug Downers, where they're like, oh, nothing is good, nothing is this, and they're just a negative, they're just gooey, their energy is stuck. If you look around their head and you go negative Google 0, and then go how low is it? 1, 0, negative 1, 9, 10, negative 100, which is, what was I saying, negative negative 10, if they go down to a negative 10, they're just miserable. We got to make sure the dog doesn't mess up the light. Could you get them? And so we just need to make sure that for yourself that you're following the path into the light and that you're doing things that are higher number for you. Now, the next point is 0. If you look at a person's head and you go, or yourself, and you go negative Google 0 and go, how low is it? 1, 0, then a 0 is just stuck. And if you look around, unfortunately on this planet, there's so many people suffering. How many people would you say are zeros, or are stuck at 0?
Oh my goodness.
A lot.
The new one's 97.
Maybe 97% to maybe 97% of the world is stuck at a 0. Now, what's that mean? That means that we have a lot of people thinking that they're human, that have come.
There's a lot of job to be done.
Yeah, it means now, but the 0 doesn't.
busy.
Yeah, it's busy. It means we have a lot of people's vibration to raise. But you gotta understand. Do you know how quick it is to raise vibration? Did you know doing bodies of light once could take you from a 0 to a 10,000 or 100,000? Do you understand how quickly bodies of light put you? Okay, someone needs to be holding the dog because it's going to mess up. I see a vision of the lights going out or something. So the thing is that a 0 is stuck. It's 100% dark, 100% stuck, and unhappy with no flow. Typically, people stuck at a 0, how do they act?
They're sad and they're depressed and they have a tendency to drag you down as well.
Like zombies.
Yeah, zeros are kind of like zombies, right? Because we explain negative numbers are kind of like vampires, but zeros are like they're just
undead.
Stuck.
They're like undead.
Yeah, they're like the living dead, right? Yeah.
No energy, no smiles, no laughter.
No smiles where you go in the elevator and they're like,
Right,
they're stuck. You're like, hey, and they're like,
right.
there's just no life there. And unfortunately, a lot of people are just stuck there. There's just no life, And now we're going to quickly come above a 0. And we're going to, on this chart, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, understand if you're checking yourself, you're really high right now because you've done bodies of light, you've done the one breath with Vitali, and so your energy is probably really, really high. Right now, we can check to see where your energy's at, and then you check right now, and then we'll see where you are on this chart. Okay, so can you hold this for me?
Yes.
So here we go. So I want you to come in on me so you can see it. So you put your hand out like you're checking your energy, and you're going to go negative Google. You're checking where your energy's at. Negative Google, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100. Let me do actually switch. Negative 0, 9, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, a billion, a trillion, a septillion, a Googolplex. I'm Googolplexing. I have no dark core. Which is something you have to look forward to once you release none of us have a dark core here. We've released thousands of lifetimes and millions of years of blockages. It's just get ready because it's going to be amazing. But we're Googolplexing and we'll explain what's going to happen with that. But you see where you get sticky. Let's do it again. Negative Google, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you're checking to see where it gets sticky. 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 septillion, 1 Google. So you should be a little lower than that, somewhere below Google unless you've released your dark, unless you're an ancient Buddha that already released it in the past life, or you've already done it with bodies of light. So wherever it got sticky, wherever that got sticky as you're checking your energy is what number you are. And that's where you are right now. A lot of people are 0. Some people are negative. A lot of people are 0. But once you get above a 0, you're on the path into the light. Okay?
And wait till you see how this vibratory chart will show you where you are with psychic skills.
Right. And once you go from 1 to 10, the way it works is that let's say that you're a 2, or an individual is a 2. One of your friends, you check your friend and you get a 2. Okay? A 2 is 20% light, 80% dark. So you understand from a 0 to a 10, it works like this. 0 is 100% dark, There's not really any light to run the body or anything. A 2 is 20% light and 80% dark. But what it ends, it's also 20% body health and 20% organ function. So your organs can be low at that level if your friend is a 2. But what's great is you can go from a 2 to a 10,000 really quickly with bodies of light. Also, you can do bodies of light healing on someone, and you could take someone to a 2 to 1,000,000 or 100,000 quite easily. I do healing on a lot of people, and just with the energy, you can bring a person up and have them experience these higher states. But you really want to have the other person do bodies of light, even if you're doing healing with them. Now, on this list, we have a 3 would be 30% light, 70% dark, 30% body health, and 30% organ function. So if you're following me, as you do each number, 1, 2, 3, if it's a 5, it's 50% light, 50% dark energy, 50% health, and 50% organ function. If you're a 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 90% light in your basic energy field, 90% health, 90% organ function, and only 10% dark energy. If you're a 10, that's where we're neutral, okay? Now, once we hit a 10, energetically, we're actually starting to become a fountain over a 10. A 10 means, there's not all that many people at a 10 right now because we have such a stressful society. Bodies of light, of course, gets you way above that really quickly. But a 10 would be neutral, which was you have enough energy to basically make the body work, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And now the next one is we're going to show you the levels. And actually, I'm going to bring this up. Maybe you can see. I'll bring it up so you can see what that is right here. So you can see right here where you can see the 0. You can see it right there, the 0 to 10. If you can zoom in on that and see the levels where we show you. Okay. Keep the dog from, okay. We got the 0 to 10. So those levels right there is what we're talking, and then we're about to go much higher. So you see this right here? Okay. Can you see it to where they see it at home? And then we're about to go even higher than that, and we're going to come up here as you go from 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. I think I'm about to grab Miss Little G and have him hold them. There we go. So, okay, so do you see that there now? Okay, so you're seeing that this is the chart to show you of your vibratory chart of enlightenment. Show your path into the light, what level you're getting at, where you are, okay? 100, we want you to understand the attributes of different levels. Because the different levels of this light scale will show you the abilities that you have to look forward to, how high you're going to get, and how wild this gets and how it feels. I mean, it feels amazing, right?
It feels amazing.
Yeah, you can't, we before we were just saying you can't imagine how high you get on light, but we're about to tell you how high you get on light. Okay, so stay tuned. We're about to get into the high stuff, okay? 100, if you check around the head and a person is 100, they are actively helping themselves and encouraging others. So people who are 100 tend to help themselves. They encourage others. They're positive. They're fun to be around. These are the positive people that are around you. This is what everyone is striving for. But you understand that this happens very quickly the first time you do bodies of light, right?
Yes.
I had people who are sad, and in one bodies of light, they're way over 100 already. Okay, so that's very quick when you're on the path into light doing bodies of light. Right. Now, the next level is 1,000. And 1,000 level of energetic of the light, a person tends to be altruistic. They're selfless. They have a selfless desire to help others. So typically, people who are 1,000, they're wanting to help others. They're looking around, and they're actively wanting to help others. You can grab them and hold them.
Come here.
They actively want to help others. We're having fun with little G here. And so they actively want to help others. So 1,000 is altruistic, selfless desire to help others. Right?
Not only the desire desire to help
But they
others,
actually do it.
They're actually doing it. They're
Right.
the ones that are running the Feed the Hungry
Right.
drives and the Get Everyone Employed drives. And
what you have to understand is that the action of giving light and love to others actually takes you to these realms. Did you hear what I said? The action of giving to others actually takes you to these realms. People who tend to want to help others, they tend to be they get up to 1,000 real easy. Now the next level is 10,000. Okay, people in bodies of light takes you way past 10,000 really quickly. People who are 10,000 tend to be empathic, compassionate, and they feel others' emotions. So 10,000 is a beautiful realm. It's a beautiful realm. So do you want me to hold him? I'll hold him. Because he's like tearing up paper here, okay?
He loves the chart.
I know, he definitely loves the chart. So he can sit with me. So you want to hold this so we can have there? So a 10, here we go. We're having fun today. We have a rambunctious one. A 10,000 is compassionate and feels others' emotions.
what a beautiful thing.
Do you see? You see what I mean? It's those people that are at that level energetically and are the vibratory chart of enlightenment who tend to be at 10,000. They just feel the emotions of others. They're compassionate. They're empathic. They just feel very, very. That's a capability that you have at that level. And so know that when you do bodies of light, you tend to be empathic very quickly. Now the next level is 100,000, and those are telepathic visions in seeing through another's eyes. Now, at 100,000, that typically is the ability. So you also have a lot of psychics who tend to plug into these energies, and so they can get up to 100,000 and fairly quickly or while they're working on things. So that 100,000 is an area that you get doing one bodies of light. How do you feel about that?
Feels good.
Do you see these higher levels are very quick? Of course, you could do Om for 6 or 8 hours a day for the next 6 months and try to get up to that level, or do bodies of light, and it's like speed enlightenment, right?
Exactly.
Right. Now, the next one is 1 million. So typically people who are at 1 million tend to feel the oneness. They feel they're at one with all life. They tend to love the plants and the animals and the little puppies. So they tend to really feel the oneness, you see. And so
what I love about that is Bodies of Light takes you from that place of I am one with everything as a conversation into the feeling and the knowing and the experience of I am one with everything.
Right.
And once you have it in your blood and your bones, no one can say that we're separate. No one can tell you that you're alone.
Right. And what you have to understand is that the light brings us together.
Right.
The light makes us all feel connected. The light brings us together. The light, we want to love on each other and hug each other. And it's the darkness that separates us. It's the darkness that makes you feel alone. Mm-hmm. So it's this light. Basically, at 1 million, you feel the oneness. And the only reason that some people can't feel oneness is because their energy is just that low, because they're just that stuck. And so you can get there so quick with bodies of light. Now, the next level up that we talk about is 1 billion, which usually happens with bodies of light very quickly. And people start at that level, start having astral projection, out-of-body experiences, enlightenment, and Buddha traits. Now, what are Buddha traits? Let's pass it over. Let's see, what are the Buddha traits that you get at 1 billion?
At the billion you get a lot of cool stuff. And
the Dalai Lama typically is a billion
trillion.
So what he's doing is working. It's just that bodies of light's really quick.
Yeah, the bodies of light gets you. A lot of people will get you to the billion within 2 or 3 bodies of light, and if you've been doing bodies of light already, it takes you to the billion just like one
really
time,
fast.
and you up there, and you start to experience like a whole new like level experience. You kind of it's kind of like you're getting, like, you know, you have I don't know, low clouds, and you're just getting like really, really tall ladder, and you just climb it, and you just all of a sudden you see about the clouds. You see the, you know, they see the skies and moons. So basically this is what you experience. You have more vision, you have more clarity, you have your astral travel just comes like on the snap of the finger.
Yeah, and it's so amazing. What we use with this astral travel is we can actually feel restaurants. So we literally feel the restaurant before we go there. We feel the grocery store. So we can feel the energy of the restaurant before we even go. We're doing astral travel all the time at our level. And doing bodies of light immediately makes it to where astral travel becomes like just a normal reality. You're doing remote viewing on your family and astral travel. And I mean, these are basic abilities as a being of light that you just get from doing bodies of light, just right off the bat. So like you get up to that level quick. I mean, and this isn't something that happens every once in a while. This is something that happens like all the time, right? And then the next level is a trillion. Now a trillion, and let's have you can hold this for me. A trillion is decoding time and mastering space, becoming a cause over space-time. At this vibratory level, you can see different futures and experience the future of different choices and decisions. So,
which is priceless.
Yeah.
That's priceless.
Right. Especially from a psychic perspective, it's like,
when
right?
you can actually see, if I take this action, this is what my future will bring. And if I take that action, this is the pattern that my life will take on. You're at choice now of how to live your life.
Right. So if you're doing a lot of bodies of light, 10 a day, you're getting up to a trillion. You literally go, you can sit there and go and actually have a vision and go, okay, what if I give money to do the We Are One World campaign? And you sit there and wait for the vision, and you see a whole reality that's going to happen on Earth when you help us get the We Are One World campaign. Or what is it if I help them do the Bodies of Light TV show, and 10 million people release their dark core? You know, and you're like, wow, you see that vision. Or you check, now there's other visions too that we see all the time, right?
Yes.
So at our level, trillion and up, we go, so what is it, what's going to happen if they don't stop up Fukushima? And you may be high right now enough to feel it. I sit here right now, what's going to happen if they don't stop up Fukushima, the radiation in the Pacific? I see millions of people getting sick and dying of cancer from eating all the fish from the Pacific that absorb the radiation. But you know,
it doesn't have to go that way.
It doesn't have to go that way. You see, the whole planet could come together, spend a few $1 billion, and put a ditch around Fukushima, build a wall, and like plug that thing up. You know, in Ukraine, when they had the explosion with Chernobyl, it wasn't on the water. See, all this stuff leaking into our food supply and in the water is not so great. But you know, we see these futures all the time. We see futures of what could happen on the planet, positive and negative. But you know, ultimately all you can do is your part. And of course that's what we're doing, right? And so now the next level from that, and I'm telling you, this is the path into the light. This is what happens as you do bodies of light, as you release your dark core. After you've done maybe released 100 lifetimes, and you're 100 lifetimes in, people tend to get to around septillion. And this is what you have to look forward to with bodies of light. And a septillion is where you unlock matter and energy, where you feel the vibration of particles all around you making up your reality. So what was that like for you?
I remember the first time that I got to the level of septillion.
Around, yeah.
As I opened my eyes, I actually saw the floor reforming, and the walls of the room became walls again. So I was in a no space and actually created the space that I was in, which brought me to the beautiful thought that if I could create it to be what I knew it was from my memory, I could create it to be what I wanted my life to be from my future visions.
Yeah. And so, did you have anything you want to say about septillion? What it was like for you at that level?
Septillion.
Do you want to? It's up to you.
You know, it's been such a, not a long time ago, but
Mr. Ancient Wizard.
but I remember the first time that I popped this septillion, it was a major healing, because your body's getting adjusted to a whole new states of being, and your energy is getting so expanded that it's like you're just getting adjusted. It's like you're like rebuilding within the core of yourself. It's just septillion. It's not a Google yet, but it's like you just restructuring.
And you haven't released your dark core, but usually around 100 or 500 lifetimes in is where you hit it.
Yeah, you just kind of, it's just like, it was like rebuilding. I felt like my whole body was just shifting little by little. It was getting ready for the higher states, and then later on, we'll speak about higher states, but the septillion was really, really interesting, like rebuilding the walls, rebuilding the space.
You can feel it. It's like,
yeah.
Oof.
All of a sudden you have like, you have a like
that you need to
really, really far reach that you have, and it's really whole new states of experience. It's you know, and we're getting too used to it all the time. You know?
At our level, we're so used to these higher states.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's just fun all the time.
we think it's normal, right? You want to hold Mr. G now? Here you go. Okay. So now we're at septillion. Now the next level that you will not do until you release your dark core, however many lifetimes, a lot of people do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 lifetimes in, is Google. You will not Google on your own until after you've released your dark core. And so Googling is a dark core release, and it's unlocking your limitless capabilities as a being of light. So what happens is everything changes. So everything changes. So once you release your dark core, your whole body goes into a super healing mode. You have to, the next thing that needs to be handled is your ego, which is the body will start wanting to evolve your stimulus response mechanism of your ego as you get the big ego lessons at that point. And the highness that you perceive, I can't tell you how high it is, except it's higher than you can imagine. And it's everything below it with times a billion. And you releasing your dark core, you make the world a brighter place. You become a super Buddha, and everything you evolve everything around you to higher and better form because you're Googling. And of course, you realize after you release your dark core that you go higher, you Googolplex, when you give energy. Yes. And that, of course, is the next level up. You want to say?
Yeah. First time that I experienced that, I described it as a vampire in reverse. In other words, you must give love and light in the right direction, which you can discern by testing, but you must give love and light to keep yourself high and healthy.
Right, because see, once you release your dark core, there's nothing dark to cleanse within yourself. So it's as you give, you get higher. So you become this fountain of light. And so as you send the light out to peace in the Middle East, you send the light out to raising the vibration of Earth, or to all the fish in the sea doing better, or to, right? She always loves to do it in the willing hearts or the fish in the sea. And you go super high. So you understand that once you release your dark core, everything is different. It's a real state of being. And you Googolplex, you get higher to the degree, and the way we explain it here is assuming the active role, Googolplex. And you won't Googolplex till you start giving a lot of light after you've released your dark core. But you Googolplex as you assume the active role of creator and manifester, breathing the breath of life into everything around you, actively ascending to higher states of being as you help others walk their path into the light. So ultimately, the game after you release your dark core is in loving and giving and helping others. And it really works. As you give light, you burst higher. And I know it seems weird, and I'm kind of happy that it works that way because it actually helps spread the light, you know. It encourages you because after you release your dark core, it's like you go higher as you help the right people, as you encourage people to be happy, as we go around and as you spin light and are happy and smile and do anything to raise the vibration of anything around you, you get huge karmic benefit. You feel, it's literally like taking a drug, you know. It's kind of like there's a little old lady across the street and she needs a little help, and you go help her across the street, and all of a sudden you're like, you just get hit with this bliss. And it's so strong. Yeah.
We had an example of that last night on Wednesday nights. There's I'm teaching a psychic development class at the Bodies of Light Center in Florida. I invite you to join us for that class and the others that are offered. And there was one woman who's been coming to class for a few months now, and she's like, I call it like a little seed, where you plant the seed in someone of a possibility of what could be. And she just grabbed onto bodies of light and transformed her life in such an amazing way that she was actually leading the class last night, helping others, and was telling me the story of how this is what she's doing now, that strangers will come up to her and say to her, tell her their deep secrets, because she's a safe place for them to share, because of the amount of love that she's helping, and because of where she came from, she's able to give them loving guidance. So not only is she already feeling this great feedback from the loved ones that she's helping, but we also receive the benefit too. Mm-hmm. So the more people you help to go higher with bodies of light, and then get to that place where you just can't help but give love and encourage others, then they receive the great feedback, and the people they're helping will be raised, and also you'll receive a beautiful heart-opening experience.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen visions of a possible future where millions of people are doing bodies of light, and the world's a different place. Yeah.
Yes.
It's there's so much more intelligence. There's better food. There's more compassion. I can't tell you how good it is, because you just wouldn't believe it. But I'm to tell you, you start doing bodies of light, you're going to start seeing the visions. You're going to start experiencing these levels of what we're talking about on the vibratory chart of enlightenment, and you're going to be walking the path into the light. And this chart makes it easy because it kind of helps you stay on the path. And also you got to understand that the path into light is full of pleasure. Yeah. That when you're going the right way, you feel good 24 hours a day. Yeah. And anything that tries to take you off the path, that tries to upset you or make you feel bad, that's not the path. That's a path into the darkness. So we really are about you following your path into the light, raising your vibration, being healthy all the time, being high on light all the time. I know you've experienced it today and with us. And we welcome you to do the 30-day challenge if you aren't already, to have light parties and invite a bunch of friends, 10, 20 friends over to your house, show this video so that everyone can learn to be high on light, do classes. We welcome churches and synagogues and temples or any group to take these videos and to do the bodies of light classes and groups there as well, to get everyone together and start teaching them about being on the path into the light. We're really here to bring it, and we do need your help. We need your financial support, donations. We want to help you one-on-one to follow your path into the light. You can work with any of us. All of us are bodies of light trainers, and we encourage you to follow the path yourself, but also to help your friends. And those who have the wherewithal, who are on the communication networks of society, who are with radio, TV, publishing, we need help, because, our karma is to bring it, but, ultimately the light has to bring us all together in order to take it further, to help more people, to get this out to millions and billions of people who need it. But we're very happy to be here. We're happy that you lasted this long, and we're happy that you're getting high on light with us. And we want to tell you we love you. Is there anything in conclusion anyone would like to say?
Well, also the good news, we are currently working on a Bodies of Light Pet Edition. But before that happens, you releasing the dark core will help your pet to release the dark core. I won't be surprised if this little buddy gonna have no dark. He's 10 million right now, honestly. So
I know, he's high.
So just kind of like fun stuff around.
Yeah, I mean it's exciting. I mean we're here to raise the vibration of Earth, to make everything better. But it all starts with you walking the path into the light, and with you learning how to do it, and with you getting high on light every day and not needing these lower vibrational drugs, and in your energy getting other people high and making everything better. Let me pass.
Yeah, in closing, I just want to say Vitaly Okri and Dr. Lee Vickers and myself, Cynthia Siegel, the one thing that we share above everything else is that we are devoted to you creating your best life. That's all we want, is for you to have your best life in the light.
Yes. And we're having fun, and thank you, Russell, also. Russell Foster Mentoring for helping us with everything and also helping film. And we're here, and we invite you to come down to South Florida to our classes that we have on Wednesday night for psychic class. We have Thursday, 5:30 for Bodies of Light, Sunday morning, and we also have Tuesday for which you experienced just now, which was One Breath, One Future, where you see future visions. It's a bit extended, and you go into more with that. And in all these, you learn amazing skills. You do Bodies of Light, and you learn to transform yourself in the world and have fun doing it. So thank you for being here, and peace out, and have fun.
Love you.